Welcome to today's tutorial. This tutorial is on the window door schedule, and I've got the project open, and we can see I've got a window door schedule template already set up in this particular project. And if you go to either the view map, the layout book or the view map, you'll see the window door schedule. And I've just got a template already set up in here. And I actually don't use the window door schedule that you can find in ArchiCAD. I actually just manually put it in using text, and so I just put boxes in with a frame around it. I've just found it's just much more straightforward to do it like that for myself. Um, Otherwise, when I'm using the schedules and tables, it really does take a bit of time to get your head around it. And I like to just use make it manually. And in order to uh, produce this window door schedule, I go to the window door schedule page, and then I like to bring in the proposed floor plan. So you can grab it from here or here and just drag it over. And then I just locate it just above the page, and I just minimize that. And then I can use it as a reference to look at the window door IDs, and then I can fill in the tables for the schedule. So to start off with, I can see I haven't got the IDs on this one at the moment. So what I would do in the building approval stage is I would go around and add some window door markers in there. Again, you can put window door markers in manually if you go into here, into the settings, but it's another thing that I like to just do manually as well. I've had just too many complications with it, and I like to just do it manually. So I just put in W1 for window one and go up to whatever you need to make it. Window 10, window 20. And same with the doors, door one, door two, and so forth. And I just locate them wherever it looks presentable. A lot of the time I just put them inside of the doors and windows. So that one is a door. So door one. So we could start the windows just for this tutorial example. I'll just start the windows here. So window one. And I just make sure that this text is actually on the right layer. So I'll put that on notes proposed. And then I just Control Shift D, drag a copy, window two, and I just put that centered to the window. Sometimes if there's line work behind the note, I'll make it an opaque so that there's nothing that's going to hinder it from being visible. Window three, and I'll just move the note over where required. Window four. Window five, and just make sure that they're consistently located, these notes. So I just drag shift a copy, and I hold the shift key in and draw it in a straight line, and I locate it about midway to the window. And if you hover around midway in the window, you'll get a tick, and that's where you can locate it. What I don't like to see is if one marker's there and then another one's like here or over here or just slightly not in line. So just drag a copy in a straight line when you do that. Windows 6. when it's so far spaced apart, I'm not as particular about it being exactly in line. But if the windows are close to each other, just make sure that they're all done in a straight line, just so it looks more presentable. So window 7, window 8. Doesn't have to be precisely in the middle every time, as long as it's close enough and looks close enough. Window 9. A lot of what I do is all about presentation and making it easy to read. Window 10. This will be a door. So if we start the doors here, that's door 1, door 2, Control Shift D. This time I'll put the door marker on the outside, door 3, Control Shift D, drag a copy, door 4, door 5. So that's your door markers in. And one more at the front here. And so one thing I like to do actually is to make the front door 1. So I'm just going to go through and update all those numbers now on the IDs. So I'll make this one a door 2. Door 3, and I'd like to go clockwise as well. Door 4. Door 5. Door 6. And I just realized this, I just said that I like to go clockwise, but I've actually gone anti-clockwise. But that's okay for this one. You just figure out how you want to do it as long as it's all consistent. So once the door, window and door markers are in, and I just do the external windows and doors. I don't do the schedules for the internal doors. And if you then go back to the window door schedule, now you'll be able to see the window door markers there, and that'll help you to fill out the schedule. So if we start at window 1, and I actually haven't finished doing those window markers, I can see there's a few windows here at the front that I've missed. So from here, if you right click open source view, you can go straight in, and I'll turn off that trace that was showing. And so I'll grab the window door marker, window 10, and make that a window 11, and I can see that the marker for this window is inside the house. So I'm going to drag it out. And a good way to make sure that you place this marker in the same place as the other ones is you can highlight another window at the same time by holding shift and clicking on it. And then you can click on the pink in the middle and hold the shift key to go up and down. And then you can basically touch that pink dot, and that'll locate that at the same level so that they're not all over the place. And you can do the same for the door as well. And then it's all consistent. So for this particular one, I do have a dishwasher shown here, and this opaque marker is going over the top. And if I took the opaque marker off, it's still a little bit cluttered with the notes. So you could either leave it there or you could bring it out there for that particular one. I think I'm going to leave it inside there. I think that looks a bit better. And then I'll just drag a couple more IDs over here. Okay, 13 windows. And then I'll go back to the window door schedule. And now I've got all those references in there for the ID markers. And I can start filling out the window door schedule. Starting with window 1 will be in bed 2. So you just double click on one of the boxes. And I've got AW there. That's an awning window. It's a top hung awning window because I can't see any any divider in the middle there. And just from memory, and if you need to check, just go to your elevations. That one's elevation C that I need to look at. And you can see that's the awning window there. And for this particular project, I can see while I'm in the elevations now that there's still demo lines that I've placed in there from previously when this project was a demolition project. It's now a completely new project, so you will need to go into the elevations on this particular project and delete those lines. Just click and delete. Be careful not to click on that on the wall and delete it because that'll disappear and you don't want to have to redraw that back in again. So if you do accidentally delete it, just press undo a few times until you fix it. And if you need to confirm that it's still sitting there, you can go in to the 3D if you like. So going back to the elevations, just go around and make sure you click on the actual line and then press delete. Click, delete, click, delete. I do have a white line behind it, so you will have to click twice. Yeah, just going through all the elevations to confirm all those red dotted lines are gone. They're all gone now. And so going back to the window door schedule. So window 1 is an awning window. Window 1, bed 2, aluminium. They're all aluminium most of the time. And if I double click on that, I can just type in to highlight it all and then just type in awning. And then the height. So the first, I like to put the height and width on the floor plan as well as the window door marker. And for a more detailed view of that window, you go to the window door schedule. So that's 10 high means 1 meter high and 15 wide is 1.5 meters wide. So we'll make that 1000 high and 1500 wide. And that's clear and it's got a fly screen on it. If it is a fixed glass window, I'll make that NA, N/A, not applicable. And then we'll go window 2 is in bed 2 as well, and that's 500 high by 2300 wide. So you can either click in there and type in the room name again, or you can delete it and just drag a copy down. And that's also going to be an awning window. So I can delete that and just drag a copy down, Control Shift D. And it says 500 high, which is not normally a height that I use. So I'm just wondering if I've made that a 450. So I'm actually going to go in there and check it soon. 2300 wide. So if I click on that, right click open source view, zoom in, click on the actual window, you can get the actual heights here. And that's the heights that we've made this one. Must have been a client's request on that one because they're not normally sizes that I use. And then continuing on to window 3, 1800 high by 500 wide. And that's in the bathroom laundry. That's also an awning. And then window 4 is in bed 1. Bed 1, awning. So just figure out what's quickest for you. Sometimes you might want to type it. Sometimes you might want to drag a copy. So that's in bed 1. That's bed 1 as well, and that will be another awning window. And so that's 500 high by 2300 wide again. So I can delete those two and then just drag those down from bed 2 because they were the same. And the same with window 5 is the same as window 1. And we're going now to window 6 is in the living room. And that's 700 high by 2400 wide. Window 7, living. And that is an awning window, 700 high by 2400 wide. $700 high by 2400 wide, and just confirming, yep, that's correct. Window 6 is 1 meter high by 15 wide, and I've only got 7 in here as a template, so you just need to add more. So first of all, what you can do is just, if you untick the magnet and you click, you can draw a marquee, highlight all of that, press Control D and just drag it down to the side because I do have some notes here. Just drag it down to the side, drag it back up, then separate it more so that you can add another layer in here, another row, and you can just highlight that bottom row and just add another row and then click on the magnet again, because when you do click the magnet, it's just easier to actually click on things. Sometimes when you don't have that magnet clicked, like now, you actually got to highlight it rather than just clicking on it. So that's why I like to go back and forth between the magnet, using it and not using it. Okay, so window 8 will be, I've just realized I've actually got the IDs wrong there. So window 6 here, and this one needs to be window 7. And it looks like that ensuite is correct. I just need to update this one to be window 7. And then I'll click back over here to go back. So window 6 was the living room. Window 7 is in bed 4. That's an awning, 1 meter high by 15 wide. Window 8 is bathroom. Bath, it's an awning. It's 2100 high. It's 800 wide. Window 9 is 500 high by 2300 long. That's going to be window 9. It's bed 3 actually. And that was 500 high by 2300. So I can just delete those two and drag a copy, 500 high by 2300. Clear fly. And so for the bathrooms, I'll just put obscure. So that's bathroom here. That'll be an obscure glazing. And same in the other bathroom. Obscure. And I have no fixed glass windows, so there's There's going to be fly screens on everything. So window 10 now. So when you do have the magnet on, you can actually still draw like a marquee. So you don't actually have to unclick the magnet. Window 10, that's going to be bed 3 as well. And that height is 10, 15. So highlight those and I'll bring down a copy. A lot of these windows are the same, hence why I just drag a copy down. That's window 10, and the next window will be in the kitchen, and then there'll be 2 in the living room. So I'm going to drag down 3 now. 1, 2, 3. Window 11, window 12, window 13. Okay, so window 11 will be in the kitchen. The other 2 will be in the living. It's 1215, so 1200 high in the kitchen and 1500 wide. Clear and fly screen. Okay, 1809 for the living room. So 1800 high. 900 wide. And clear and fly screen. That's all your windows done. And then we just do the doors. And I've just got 1 door, 2 door, 3 door, 4 door, 5 door. It's actually 6 doors on this one. So door 1 is the one up here. It's a 21 1800 sliding door. And that room is actually the dining room. And while we're here, if you open that up, you can actually drag a copy of this room name label over. And I do like to have entry in there. For some reason, I haven't got that in there yet. It's just when you're looking at the floor plan, you can kind of get a quick vision of where the front door is when you do have entry written there. And usually I'd start my window door markers from the entry door and then work my way clockwise. It hasn't worked out this way on this one, but it's fine just for this tutorial. But that's how I do like to do it usually. So door 1, I've got it placed up here, and that'll be the dining room. Dining, that's actually a sliding. Aluminium, 2118. And that's clear. And I'll type in fly screen there. I'm not too sure if this clients actually do want that, but they can let me know if I need to update the window door schedule when they go to the window door manufacturer, or they could just chat directly with the window door manufacturer about if they want the fly screens or not. Okay, so then door 2 would be in bed 2, and that's a 21 1800 sliding door. It's the same, pretty much the same one. So I'm gonna just highlight that a whole row and drag a copy down and double click, type in door 2 and bed 2, and everything else can stay the same. And same with door 3. And I think that's bed 1. Yep, bed 1. Door 4 will be a hinge door. And that will be the entry this time. Hinged. Height 2100. We'll go 820 wide. Glazing. I'm not sure actually what type of door they want to use actually. So it could be just a normal timber door with no glass in it. So I'll just put I'll just see what I've shown on the 3D images. I've actually got that a full glass door there, so aluminium. So I'll go back to this now and I will keep that. I'll just press Control Z for undo, or you can press undo up here and that'll show us clear. Though there won't be any fly screen, so N/A, not applicable. And then I can just basically highlight this row without highlighting that bottom row. Drag that over, make this window 5. Sorry, door 5. That'll be in bed 4. And then I'll drag a copy for bed 3 as well. Make that 6. Bed 3. Bed 4. That's 6 doors. And that's what I've got on the floor plan. So that's your window door schedule done. And then you can just highlight it all and you can move it around until where it looks visually balanced on the page. As I do have some big notes here, I do have to move the window door schedule to the side. And that's pretty much how I do it. So I can easily just come in and adjust one part of it without the complexities of a window door schedule, which takes a bit of time to get your head around. And so that's everything for the window door schedule. It's basically putting your window door markers in on the floor plan and dragging that floor plan into the window door schedule page, placing it just above as a reference. And make sure that's not actually overlapping on the page, so when it gets printed that it's not showing. And you could just locate that centered there, and you could keep it there as a reference in case you need to update the window door schedule in the future. That's all for today's tutorial. Thank you.